Welcome to Entrepreneurship by the Numbers, where we help unlock the potential of your business with data-driven metrics.
Hi, I'm Gareth Pronovost, and in this video, I am going to be showing you the exact steps you need to take in order to determine which of the things you're doing in your business are costing you money and which of them are actually producing a lot of revenue and profit for you. Now, this video is specifically for the business owner who feels like they can't stop working in the business. I'm sure you've heard this before, but the saying is you want to work on your business, not in your business. And many small business owners and entrepreneurs get stuck working in their business. And the reason is because they're doing too much. They find clients, and this might be you, find clients that have new needs and have additional wants. And so they try to provide those clients with those solutions. And before you know it, that business that started with one or two offerings is now trying to do 20 different things and service everybody. This causes two major problems for your business. Problem number one is you don't have a consistent marketing message anymore. Because when you're doing 20 things, how in the world can you explain succinctly what it is you do? That's problem one. Problem two is when you're doing 20 different things, you don't have a standardized procedure and a way to scale on those 20 things. Because you're not focusing on just building one or two products or services, you're just scattered across the board. And so the template that I'm going to jump into here is going to walk you through the steps that you need to take as an entrepreneur to identify which of those products and services are actually producing and which are just wasting time. All right, first things first, I have included an author information tab here. If you'd like to stay connected, I welcome you to. Please reach out and connect with me on the channels that I've provided here for you. But jumping into what this is all about, you've got 4 different items that you need to know for each product or service that you offer, and we are going to automatically calculate 2 different calculations. There's a difference between them depending on what type of business owner you want to be or are. So without bogging this down, I'm just going to go through the 4 inputs. First of all, you're going to have the name of the product or service. Then you're going to have your revenue. And you'll see in the notes down here below that the revenue should be the average dollar amount that you are charging less any discounts that you apply on average. Cost of goods sold, if you'll remember back to accounting, cost of goods sold are those costs that are directly related to the production of your product or service. Do not include overhead. Do not include things like rent or exec salaries, things like that. Lastly, you're going to need to know the time to complete in hours, the time to complete this task, and I'll tell you why I've included that in a second. So I have some fictitious example data that I'm going to just paste in here. So here we go, and you'll see that we've got 2 things calculating. We've got a gross margin percent. Now this is the margin percentage before accounting for overhead and all of those other expenses. And then you've got your gross margins in dollars per hour. Now, I spoke earlier briefly about 2 types of entrepreneurs. First type 1, are those entrepreneurs who want to grow a big, booming business. Those entrepreneurs are going to want to focus on gross margin percent because the booming business hires employees, and you've already taken the cost of those employees into account here in the cost of goods sold. And so this margin percent, you want to focus on the biggest margin percent. That is what's going to give you the biggest bang for your buck as you hire more employees. Now the second type of entrepreneur is the solopreneur, and there's nothing wrong with this at all. I think it's a fantastic style where you want to just build some financial freedom. You don't want to build a big company. You don't need employees reporting to you. Maybe you've got a few, but nothing massive. For those of you who fall in that second bucket, you just want some financial freedom and that's why you're doing this business, I urge you to look at column F, gross margin in dollars per hour. The reason is you need to get not the biggest bang for your buck, but the biggest bang for your time. And so for those of you, I would say, look at margin per hour. Let's suppose that's the type of entrepreneur you are. You can come in here and sort this. Z to A is going to give you biggest to smallest. Now you see that in this case, if this were a real business, I would recommend focusing on services 1 and 5 because those are the ones that are giving you the biggest dollar per hour in terms of efficiency. If you were the other type of business, you could also come in here and sort this one, largest to smallest, and here we have service 3 and 4 are the most profitable in terms of percentage. So as you hire new employees, you will continue to grow at the most profitable rate. It's very common that these things don't align, so make sure that you know which type of entrepreneur you are, you know which type of business you want to build. That way you get this right the first time. All right, as always, I hope you found that to be really useful. If you did, be sure to click subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. And in the meantime, best of luck as you continue to grow your empire. Thanks.